Wherever you're seated, ladies and gentlemen, kindly I invite you to turn your eyes to your right as I give to you the best gifts to hit Accra. Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. The AGORA is live. Put your hands together. A warm evening to you all who have taken time to be with us tonight. We appreciate your coming, and shortly we shall begin the program for tonight. All is set for us to receive our guest of honor and the official party, after which, ladies and gentlemen, everything will begin on time, on point, and on message. The restrooms are located outside. Please beckon any of the ushers if you need assistance. Any other thing we can do to make your stay here warm, comfortable, and safe. My name is Jerry Ajololo, and together with my host of ushers, we're yours to command. Humbly, I ask that we all be seated now.
Bruni, straight ahead, 12 o'clock. You guys. فحسب طلب جوز نفسه بالغلط كنت انا
Ladies and gentlemen, humbly I ask that we all be seated as we begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to AGORA.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ala Zayed. Good evening, everyone. I am Ala Zaid, co-founder and CEO VAR Real Estate Ghana.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Majid, founder and Group CEO of VAR Real Estate. Thank you for being here tonight as we celebrate a truly exciting milestone. It's all about your comfort investment.
Find the investment. How can we create a space that not only meets the needs of today, but also anticipates the aspiration of tomorrow?
These questions guided every decision, every design, and every detail of this development. Agora, my dear friends, is not just another real estate project. It's a lifestyle destination. It's a place where luxury meets sustainability, where cutting-edge design harmonizes with the nature, and where community thrives. In short, your comfort investment.
Why your comfort investment? Because we believe investing should be seamless, secure, and tailored to your life. Comfort means peace of mind, knowing your investments are managed with expertise, transparency, and cutting-edge technology. It means choices that adapt to your goals. Whether you are planning for retirement, expanding a business, or securing your family's future.
What truly sets Agora apart is its location. The people who will call if the community can invest in it. We are not just building towers. We are creating a legacy.
None of this would have been possible without the dedication and hard work of our incredible team. To our architects, designers, engineers, and construction partners, thank you. Thank you for turning our vision into reality.
To our investors and stakeholders, thank you for believing in us and supporting the ambitious endeavor. And to our future residents, thank you for trusting us to be a part of your journey. Your trust is our greatest assets.
As we officially launch Agora today, we are filled with immense pride and excitement for what lies ahead. This is just the beginning. Together, we are not only shaping skylines, but also shaping futures.
So we invite you all to explore Agora, experience its beauty, and imagine the possibilities it holds. Let's celebrate this moment together and look forward to the incredible journey ahead. Thank you all, and let's make history together.
It's Agora, your comfort investment.
I would say. For God so loved Accra that he gave her his best, the Agora, a place where luxury meets sustainability, where cutting-edge design harmonizes with nature, and where community thrives. That all who seek a comfortable investment may achieve so in a seamless, secure, and tailored manner in tune with their goals, whether for retirement, expanding a business, or securing their family's fortune. It's the Agora, and it's your comfort investment. Agora. Oh, come on, say it after me. Your comfort investment. Agora. Oh, it's the best thing to happen to Accra. Agora. Put your hands together for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our co-founders, I'd like to say a very good evening to our guest of honor, Ghana's Minister for Works and Housing, who joins us. Would you please make welcome the Honorable Kenneth Gilbert Ajay. Thank you very much for joining us. We're joined by a special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, he did not come alone. He came together with his lovely wife. Make welcome their excellencies, Ambassador Hussein Gangor and Mrs. Gangor. A round of applause. Thank you very much for joining us. We're delighted to be joined by our partners on this project. Would you please make welcome Al-Haji and Mrs. Yusuf Ibrahim. A round of applause. Thank you very much. We're joined by our architects on this great project, D&D, Dr. Hayatem El Taher and Dr. Rehab. A round of applause for them too. And all our board members who have come from far and near. Please, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our board members. But most especially to you and you and you and you who have believed in us for all the years of delivering quality. We've done that through the many projects like the Harmonia, the Nirvana, the Legato, Villanova, and now we give to you the Agora. We say it is your comfort investment. If you listen closely to the words of Mr. Allah, he asked, why your comfort investment? And he answered by saying, because we believe investing should be seamless, secure, and tailored to your life. This evening, we want to tell you a very captivating story and leave you convinced about why this is the sum of all the things we've wanted to tell you about your comfort investment. Are you ready for that? Then would you please make welcome my brother and friend, sales manager, Val Ghana, Mr. Amar Nazir.
Hello. Good evening everybody, ladies and gentlemen, guests. Jerry, not so fast. Please join. This time I want to do this with Jerry on stage with me. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce the project Agora is now open for sales.
Woo.
And if you came in here at 6 o'clock, I'm sure you've already chosen your unit. If not, that is our sales booth. You know what to do. At the end of this presentation, my team, they're with you on the ground, and I have my team leads, Abbas and Sarah, at the sales booth waiting for you. Without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and present our latest 6th project in Accra, 3rd high-rise, Agora. Your comfort investment. Like every other development, the most important is the location. Agora is right on the Liberation Road, right opposite Atlantic Tower. Why Agora? Jerry, I'm going to be asking a series of questions. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to help me as well. When I ask the series of questions, I want you to answer. And it's a simple yes or no question. All right? It's not difficult, trust me. So we'll go ahead. Why Agora? And the first thing is the location. As you just saw, the location is second to none. It's right on the Liberation Road. Okay? First question. Do you know of any development right on the Liberation Road that stands at 21 floors? Jerry,
yes or
this
no?
is the first one for you.
Then I also say no.
Okay. You're right. Second question. Can you view Kotoka International Airport from any development on the 21st floor?
Yes or no? Yes or no? How many say yes? How many say no? I think the no's have it. I'll go for a no.
Go for no? And the answer is yes, no. Well, the answer is yes, that it is no. How many developments are you aware of that you have a barbecue on the 21st floor on the rooftop?
Yes or no? It's a no? Then
If you're not aware of any developments, okay. have you had a barbecue on the 21st floor in any development? Maybe not even in Accra. No. No. At Agora, we do have a barbecue on the 21st floor, at the rooftop, for you to enjoy. And if you can't spot it, it's right over here. Okay? Are you ready for the next question, ladies and gentlemen? Have you experienced rooftop swimming pool with a sunken lounge, you guessed it, on the 21st floor?
Yes or no?
Oh, I need something more than that. Yes or no? There we go. No, I think you're getting the drift of this, right? All right, that's the first yes.
So Nazir, let me ask, why really Agora?
We are getting there.
Really?
Patience.
Okay.
Patience, Mr. Ajololo, patience. And there you have it. We have a rooftop on the 21st floor. And we are not done yet. For those of you who like for your gym, your weightlifting, your jogging, you know the question, right? Have you done that on the 21st floor in the whole of Accra?
Yes or no?
Would you like to? Good. Agora, we have the gym. All right, now Agora is a cutting-edge design and a development with a phenomenal design in Accra. Have you seen one? Do you know of a phenomenal design in Accra?
You mean on the Independence Avenue?
On the Independence Avenue.
Yes or no?
Is this phenomenal or not? If you didn't get this, by the way, I've had a few clients come up with me and they're just deciding and a bit confused about the front and the rear because it's exactly the same angle. All right, I'm going to go back right now. This is the front, ladies and gentlemen, facing Liberation Road. Okay? This is the front of the building, and this is the rear of the building. Okay? And the way you can tell is by these columns, if you want these huge doors coming up. All right? That's the easiest way to tell the rear, I mean, apart from the obvious, which is the road. Okay? At Agora, we have a 24/7 concierge. So we're done with the questions, by the way, Mr. Ajolo. But we'll come back to them just for a bit. I want to give the audience a break. So in Agora, we have 24/7 concierge. Your tenants, you as a homeowner, this project is solely for investment purposes. Right? So you rest assured, your clients, all your services are on the ground floor, with so many more. We were talking about phenomenal design. This is your typical one-bedroom floor plan, picture of your bathroom and your bedroom. Again, same bedroom. As I was saying, it's designed for high returns on investments. Ladies and gentlemen. So, last question.
Why really the Agora?
So why Agora? What is the most important thing in a return on investment, ladies and gentlemen? This is not a yes or no question. Trick, numbers question. Jerry, would you like to help out?
Percentages?
Percentages? You're getting close. Anybody want to help Jerry? What's the most important thing about investment in a project? And he's already given you the first clue. It's a percentage. Any takers? There you go. I see a hand up.
High return on capital.
There you go, ROI. So, with me, I want you to say, so why Agora? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I will show you how Val promises you the high return on investment with up to 33% ROI.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is unprecedented. Wow.
I understand everybody knows the location of Agora, but just for a bit, Agora, you can view the airport, you view Airport City, and you can agree with me, there's a lot of hotels in that area. So we did a bit of research at Val. Again, we want to explain to you how we're getting these 33%, up to 33%. So we did some research, and please, you can go ahead and Google and correct me if I'm wrong. Average price at Marriott Hotel, $350 a night. Lancaster, $250. Airport View, $200. Average, $266 per night. By the way, this is across the board, okay? So we're using average prices. So let's do short term, right? Studio, 30 plus square meters, one bed, 48. I'm gonna be a bit conservative on this one. 150, let's not go to the 266. 150 at 55% occupancy. This is what I want to get to everyone. 55% occupancy, ladies and gentlemen, that's renting your unit as an investment only half a year, 15, 16 days across the 30 days. Gives you 30K, 36K for your studio and your one bed. Our launch price tonight for a studio starting and the one bed is $90,000 and $135,000. With those numbers, ladies and gentlemen, the AGORA ROI comes out at 33.5 and 26.8 respectively for the studio on one bedroom. No round of applause. There we go. Ooh. Now, I'm sure some of you over here, or even online, I'm sure I have online viewers. So some of you might say, okay, Naz, I'm not in the country. Naz, this is a bit too much, and I want something on the stable, right? I want some income that's recurring, and I don't have the hassle for the 150 for the daily rates. I haven't left you out. This is the long-term ROI. Long-term ROI, studio at $1,500, one bedroom at $2K. You're making $18,000 a year and $24,000 a year, respectively. That still gives you an ROI of 20 to 18%, respectively. Jerry, are you a long-term or short-term investor? Would you like to invest in short-term rentals or long-term?
After COVID, I'm a short-term investor.
Short-term? Why tonight? We finished with the why Agora. Why tonight? What makes tonight so special? Okay, we're obviously here for investment. We obviously want a good deal. So let's discuss this. Tonight, we're giving you 10% off. As usual, when we launch, we love launching with the biggest discounts. Right now, it's 10% off, and it's valid just for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Easter is coming. I'm sure after this weekend, none of us are going to have the deposits come next week. So before you go on your Easter holiday, you know what to do. Reserve your unit tonight, select your unit tonight, you're getting a massive 10% off your units. No round of applause, by the way? Usually our deposits, as you know, is 30%. Tonight, 25%. Obviously tonight, launch prices. That's what we're here for, and that's what you're gonna get. We're actually opening the whole building at launch prices. This has never been done before a Val, all right? We are actually usually at launch, we have selected units. Right now, we're opening the whole building. For tonight alone, 10% off, launch prices, tonight only, and 42 months of a flexible payment plan. What does this mean to you? If you're thinking, well, Naz, I can do this in 6 months, I can do this in 42, I need 1.5 years, all right? 42 months. Let's use it in numbers. We're here for an investment, right? Numbers means a lot to us. Let's put this in figures. Payment plan. Studio, $90,000, 25% deposit comes out to $22,500, okay? And the balance of 75% over 42 months is only $1,250. Now I'm going to ask you a question before I go to the one bed. Do you know of any development in Accra that you can get a studio or one bed for these prices with a payment plan at the end of every month for 42 months? And the best part, if you're not in Accra, it's interest-free, and even if you're in Accra, it's interest-free across the 42 months, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Tonight, we're going straight to the point, and we want all our clients and investors and partners to know, this is Agora. This is Accra's next future skyline. Take advantage of this opportunity. If you haven't already, I'm sure some of you have already selected your units. Please go ahead and continue to do so. This is something that you will thank me tomorrow for, or actually thank yourself tomorrow for doing this. Jay, that's me. Thank you very much. Remember, get the Agora experience at the sales booth, ladies and gentlemen. And before I log off, I just want you to say one more time with me, Agora. On 3. Jerry, 1, 2, and after this, can I please have the video for Agora? 1, 2, 3. First to play the video. Name of the project is?
Agora!
Agora, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much. I saw you were giving me a round of applause. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for showing up and coming. And obviously, if there's anything you need or any information that I've shown that you would like, again, feel free to contact me, my team. They have the presentation. They can easily share that with yourselves. And the availability for the units are at the sales booth. While you make your way for dinner and throughout the night, please remember to visit, get more information if you need. Brochures are on your desks for reference. Pick out your units. They're really easy to identify. A1 to A5 is your one beds. C1 to C10 are your studios. And without further ado, thank you very much once again. And I will hand over you to Jerry for the rest of the evening.
Mr. Ahmed Nazar, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. We're particularly encouraged every time we gather here to receive the thoughts of the ambassador of Turkey to Ghana, the home country of Val. Would you please, with joy in your heart, make welcome for his remarks this evening, His Excellency Hussein Gangor. Please, a round of applause as he joins us.
Very much. So, good evening. I don't want barriers between you and me. Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends from Turkey, Egypt, Ghana, I'm glad to be here with you tonight. This is the third project I'm participating in the launch. And I have even friends in the band over there. So it's been 2 years, 3 projects. When Mr. Ala, Mr. Zayed, my friend, came to me for the first time, I said, oh, it will be a pleasure because, you know, high standards, quality, setting the benchmark, and timely delivery. So why shouldn't I be a part of a success story, you know? It was so easy and good for me. And then I came for the second time for another project, but this time I came with my wife, and she liked the villas. So I had to say to her, you know, they sell the same day, you know, you cannot just wait for them. So I said, sorry, all the ones that you like have already been sold. So she believed in me, I don't know, at least she just faked it, I don't know. But for a you know, civil servant, it's very difficult to buy something like this. But anyway, it's a as far as I could see, it's a very good investment. And Agora is not a word that we don't know in Turkey. We have many Agoras. And Agora, in fact, is to do with wisdom as well, wisdom of investment. You know, if you are planning an investment, it is a good idea. Turkish construction is famous for, as I said, quality, timely delivery. You know, we work on trust. You know, if we lose trust in you, you cannot work with us. We will never do it again. So that's why what we offer you is also trust. And the Turkey-Ghana relations is getting bigger and better by day, though I can say it is already excellent because our companies are coming, more investment is coming. In 2023, Turkey was the second biggest investor here. And we have a trade balance around, volume around 600 million, and it's easily be $1 billion. So we have a lot of options, and I am glad that we have an excellent company here from Turkey, and I am glad to be part of this process. I wish all of them success. I would like to thank them, you know, for representing us in such a fantastic way. I look forward to new projects. This is only Accra, I say. Now there is also Kumasi, there is also Tamale, and even, you know, Turkey has a love affair with the north because Our NGOs mostly work in the north, so there is a big potential there, and I hope that you will look into other cities as well. Congratulations, wish you all the best. Have a good night. Thank you very much.
We're grateful to you, Your Excellency Hussein Gangara, Ambassador of Turkey to Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Thank you for those warm felicitations. And now I pray some silence in the hall, please. Somebody say resetting. Oh, come on, please say resetting. What does it mean to you? Well, it's a focus to re-engineer the foundations of our economy by creating sustainable development for the benefit of every Ghanaian across multiple sectors, including housing. Here to lend his thoughts to this great feat, ladies and gentlemen, and its contribution to the housing deficit in Ghana is the Minister for Works and Housing. Would you please make welcome our guest of honor, the Honorable Kenneth Gilbert Ajay.
Good evening. Your Excellency, Ambassador of Turkey, executives, team members of VAL Real Estate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and privilege to be here today as the guest speaker at the official launch of AGORA, an impressive addition to Ghana's rapidly evolving real estate sector. Ghana's housing industry is experiencing significant transformation, driven by supportive national policies and innovative and forward-thinking private sector leaders who see beyond buildings. They see communities, opportunities, dignity, and progress. VAL Real Estate has emerged as a leading entity driving this visionary change. Over recent years, VAL has consistently earned recognition for its dedication to quality, innovation, and nuanced understanding of the Ghanaian market. Their commitment to excellence is demonstrated from the distinguished Harmonia residence to Villanova, Ghana's pioneering A1-powered homes. These developments are not merely structures. They embody powerful statements of potential realized through clear vision and purposeful ambition. Beyond these remarkable edifices, VAL contributes something profoundly significant: confidence in off-plan investment, world-class living standards, and Ghana's global appeal and competitiveness as a real estate destination. As a government, we fully acknowledge that meaningful progress in addressing our housing challenges and infrastructural ambitions depends on robust public-private partnerships. We value developers who envision and construct projects for today's needs and the sustainable future we collectively strive to achieve. Placing sustainability, efficiency, and integrated urban development at the forefront. VAL Real Estate projects perfectly complement this governmental vision. Their developments are characterized by aesthetic sophistication and strategic location choices, significantly enhancing key urban areas, including Ridge, Cantonment, and the airport residential area. Today's launch of AGORA exemplifies VAL's continuous effort to elevate standards within the sector. AGORA is more than a real estate project. It symbolizes an intersection of lifestyle, contemporary urban living, and exceptional investment prospects. It perfectly encapsulates the essence of its name, your comfort investment. I sincerely commend VAL, the entire VAL team, for their unwavering dedication to Ghana's socio-economic growth. Your contributions are highly valued, your investments greatly appreciated, and your presence warmly welcome. To all stakeholders present, esteemed investors, clients, and industry professionals, I encourage you to continue behaving in and actively participating in Ghana's inspiring growth story. Ours is a nation of promise, immense potential, and steady progress. Once again, congratulations to VAL Real Estate on the launch of AGORA. May this landmark development and all future projects continue to set standards and inspire innovation. And as the ambassador mentioned, I'm hoping and praying that your next destination will also be in Kumasi, where I hail from. Thank you, and may God richly bless us all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the warm, glowing endorsements of the Minister for Works and Housing, the Honorable Kenneth Gilbert Ajay. Please, one more time, a round of applause. We thank you, the Honorable Minister, for those warm and progressive thoughts that you've shared with us. And so the time has come where we bring this official ceremony to a close and zoom straight into the experience zone. Before that, however, allow me to invite a team which will precede all of us. Would you please make welcome, in the company of our co-founders, our guest of honor, the Honorable Minister for Works and Housing, together with our special guests, Their Excellencies Ambassador Hussein Gango and his lovely wife, and together with our partners on this project, Alhaji and Mrs. Yusuf, our architects from D&D, and our board members. A round of applause as they all join me on the second stage. Respectfully, I invite you all to join us there. Afro Maestro, we're all yours. Bring it down. Thank you. Mr. Ahmad Nazir, I need you to please come over.
Right here.
You have 2 minutes to walk our dignitaries through this, and thereafter the Honorable Minister will declare it duly launched. Bring it down, Afro Maestro.
Thank you, Jerry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, AGORA, comprising of a ground floor, 19 residential floors, and an amazing rooftop with a swimming pool, barbecue, sunken lounge, a steam and sauna room, game room, and of course the gym. This all overlooks Accra, an airport city, on the 21st floor. Again, studios and 1-bedrooms on both sides. It's your pick to choose what you want, all on the Liberation Road. Jerry, that's it from me.
And so with that said, it falls to you, Honorable Minister, to declare the AGORA, your comfort investment, duly launched.
It is my honor, my singular honor,
Easy.
to declare this beautiful edifice, AGORA, duly launched.
Round of applause.
Let the music play and let the applause be loud, ladies and gentlemen, with 3 happy cheers. Hip hip, hip hip, and hip hip. A group photograph will do. It's a celebration of your comfort investment. The best gift to hit Accra on the eve of Easter is the AGORA. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, please join me with your loudest applause as we celebrate the launch of the AGORA. Honorable Minister, Your Excellencies, we want to thank you ever so much. You may please return to your seats. Thank you. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, it's here. It's the AGORA. We invite you all to please have your turn at the mock-up. See for yourself this beauty, which will very soon be a jewel in the crown of Accra. And ladies and gentlemen, let's say that over here, you also took your turn and you made your deposit and you joined us in making history. For now, ladies and gentlemen, it's dinner.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ala Zayed, co-founder and CEO of VAR Real Estate Ghana.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Majid, founder and Group CEO of VAR Real Estate. Thank you for being here tonight as we celebrate a truly exciting milestone. It's all about your comfort investment.
It is with great delight we welcome you all, our valued partners, investors, clients, and friends. It is you who have supported us on this incredible journey, affirming our place in this market as the luxury real estate brand of choice in Ghana.
Today marks the beginning of something special, and we are excited to share this moment with you.
At VAL, we have always believed in the power of innovation, community, and excellence. When we first envisioned AGORA, we asked ourselves two questions. How can we redefine the investment? How can we create a space that not only meets the needs of today, but also anticipates the aspiration of tomorrow?
These questions guided every decision, every design, and every detail of this development. AGORA, my dear friends, is not just another real estate project. It's a lifestyle destination. It's a place where luxury meets sustainability, where cutting-edge design harmonizes with the nature, and where community thrives. In short, your comfort investment.
Why your comfort investment? Because we believe investing should be seamless, secure, and tailored to your life. Comfort means peace of mind, knowing your investments are managed with expertise, transparency, and cutting-edge technology. It means choices that adapt to your goals. Whether you are planning for retirement, expanding a business, or securing your family's future.
What truly sets AGORA apart is its location. The people who will call if a community can invest in it. We are not just building towers. We are creating a legacy.
None of this would have been possible without the dedication and hard work of our incredible team. To our architects, designers, engineers, and construction partners, thank you. Thank you for turning our vision into reality.
To our investors and stakeholders, thank you for believing in us and supporting the ambitious endeavor. And to our future residents, thank you for trusting us to be a part of your journey. Your trust is our greatest assets.
As we officially launch AGORA today, we are filled with immense pride and excitement for what lies ahead. This is just the beginning. Together, we are not only shaping skylines, but also shaping futures.
So we invite you all to explore AGORA, experience its beauty, and imagine the possibilities it holds. Let's celebrate this moment together and look forward to the incredible journey ahead. Thank you all, and let's make history together.
It's AGORA, your comfort investment.